The Department of Homeland Security concurs, by the way. So if you have a bumper sticker on your car, beware of the fact that you are now proclaimed enemy of the state. And we also live in a country that monitors all of our electronic media, our phones, our Xboxes, our TV, you name it, they're all over there. So we live in a time where I think the Second Amendment may be more important than virtually any time in history. It's important to know that our founders also discussed this. In fact, without getting into historical details, they lived it. And the what if is, what if the Congress actually decided to pass an unconstitutional law? Hard to believe they would do that, but let's say they did. And then the president signed this law. And then the Supreme Court concurred. What is it that the people can do, ladies and gentlemen?
Nullify.
You know, that's funny. That's what, some of the great minds of our time said. And that is, the state should come between you and the federal government. Right? It's the state that nullifies an unconstitutional law. Whether it be Obamacare, whether it be due process or the lack thereof, or an erosion of your Second Amendment rights. It is the state that stands between you and the federal government. And by the way, I don't know if you've noticed, the Republicans control the legislature, and there is a Republican governor for the first time in over 100 years. I think that's before even public education and taxes, and I think the states were still appointing their senators. That's how long it's been. But the Republicans talk about the Constitution all the time. They talk about protecting us. They talk about taking care of Obamacare. And I have no reason to doubt them at this point. I would like them to walk the walk now, wouldn't you? Ann Coulter, I don't know if you saw her last night on Hannity, but she put it in very simplistic form, but it's an easy thing to understand. Many people have said it, but she said, as this erosion of the Second Amendment, and right now they're focusing on background checks, he said, universal background checks lead to universal registration, that lead to universal confiscation, that leads to universal extermination. And people think you're crazy for saying that. They ought to open a history